It's a typical run from McAllister cartage owner Mike Steed, up to Wellsford for a load out of Rodney Aggregates Wangaripo Quarry, and then back to Silverdale. We meet Mike at Millwater, just off State Highway 1, north of Silverdale, for the run north for the load of Gap 20. It's Trevor's second time in the cab of a new UD Q-On after an introduction day at the Pukekohe Motor Racing Circuit, so he's familiar with the layout of the cab and really looking forward to seeing how the new truck performs in real work conditions rather than just around a flat track. Climbing into the cab is pretty easy, with only a couple of well-spaced steps to negotiate and excellent grab handles front and back. Once in the cab, a quick look around confirms the handy placement of all the major controls and highlights the work that's gone into this model to improve the ergonomics. The dash layout is very user-friendly, with a speedo and tacho display immediately in front of the driver, with a digital info screen between them and a gear shift info and engine brake display below. Controls on the steering wheel to the left cover cruise control and forward distance selection for the Traffic Eye cruise control, while on the right are controls for the digital display. Steering column stalks control engine brake application, wipers, indicators and headlights. It's a very comfortable driving position for Trevor, but maybe a bit tight for a really tall driver with no further rear movement available from his seat position. However, there is really good legroom with just brake and throttle pedals, so it's easy to get comfortable. UD claims that this cab has been designed for the driver, and that shows in the simple but comfortable driving position and layout. Our run north is a good chance to get to know the truck while it's running empty and in very bad weather. The drive feels stable and there's no significant bouncing, as is sometimes encountered in an empty truck. As we enter the quarry, there's a slight slope with a significant amount of pig rooting bumps, but by easing off the throttle, the truck runs over them smoothly with very good traction. Mike says he's consistently got in and out of sites where other trucks have become stuck, so he's very confident in the truck's traction and feels that the smooth power delivery from the Escort 6 transmission is a major contributor. Another benefit Mike has discovered is the UD's great turning circle. He's regularly able to get around in just one turn, while other trucks need to take multiple bites. We quickly load and head off back at 44 tonne all up. The drive out to SH1 is a very winding road with plenty of slow corners, and Trev finds it easy to control the entry speed into bends with the engine brake and very little need to use the service brakes. It's a road that gets plenty of truck traffic, so it's not the smoothest of surfaces, but the suspension handles it well and the ride is very comfortable. Steering is also very positive and it tracks extremely well with little correction needed on the straight sections despite the uneven surface. It's not a wide road either, and the mirrors give a very good view down the sides of the truck and trailer, making it easy to position on the road. It's the usual mirror setup with a large flat upper mirror and a convex lower mirror to give added visual area. Out onto SH1, we really get the chance to see how the GH11TD UD engine performs in league with the AMT. The engine's rated at 460 horsepower and develops 2200 Newton meters at 1200 RPM. We're straight into Dome Valley and the truck quickly picks up speed to 80 k's an hour, the speed limit through here. We hit our first real hill at the southern end of the valley as we climb up and out of it. We drop back to 8th gear, pulling 1520 RPM and doing 35 k's up the passing lane at the top of the climb. Dropping down the other side towards Warkworth, Trevor uses 8th gear and stage 4 of the engine brake for the descent, and the retarder works well, needing only an occasional touch on the service brakes. So the old theory of going down the hills in the same gear as you go up them certainly works on this truck. Warkworth produces its usual congestion with the additional obstacles of roadworks on the main road right in the middle of town. This really makes you appreciate the AMT. The gear shifts are quick and clean, and Trevor drives the whole trip in auto, apart from a couple of descents where he uses manual to hold a specific gear while trialling the engine brake. Noise levels in the cab are great, with almost no noticeable noise from the engine other than the fan kicking in, particularly during engine braking. This new UD has certainly lifted the bar for Japanese trucks on the New Zealand market. We'll see others bringing in offerings of this level in the near future, but at present, it's possibly the highest spec truck for safety features in this market. It's packed with many of the features we've seen in the parent company Volvo's trucks. Many operators are specifying advanced safety options for the trucks they buy, and UD is catering for them with a very advanced package. It's limited to 460 horsepower maximum rating, but that's fine for this type of application. In fact, it's a very popular rating with many NZ operators. Not everybody needs 600 horsepower plus, and the lower horsepower in the right applications will produce better levels of fuel efficiency.